THRIVE Thomasville is a community-led grant-making opportunity that is sponsored by Community Foundation of Greater Atlanta to support Historic Thomasville. Those neighborhoods in general consist of Forest Cove, Thomasville Heights, and Norwood Manor.
The idea was that these spark donors, these are a group of donors that have a fund at the Community Foundation. They said that they wanted to invest, they wanted their dollars to go and support Thomasville Heights. They wanted the community to determine how those dollars would be used.
There's an advisory board of community members that really make the decisions on how this money is spent for their communities, all the way down to how many people are getting the money, where's the money going, community service projects in the community, what the community needs, and they have been living here for a variety of years. They know what they need.
The foundation has had a history of grassroots grant making for the past 30 years, but I believe that community-led grant making takes it a step further. And with this project in particular, I feel like a lot of the work is grounded in community organizing principles like communal healing, understanding power dynamics and power differentials. So it allows us to prioritize community in the way that we haven't historically done before.
The THRIVE Thomasville Council members are residents of the community. They are mothers, they are seniors, they are businesswomen. We have a student who is in his sophomore year of college. It's just a beautiful, true representation of that area and that neighborhood.
When I got involved in the community, I got involved because I saw a lot of stuff that I really wanted to see get done and try to make a change.
We try to pay attention to what's going on in the community so we know what needs to be done and what can be done, so that when we come to the meeting, we can communicate and bring stuff to the meeting that will help our community.
For example, we do our senior give backs. We really stepped in during COVID to help our neighbors with, masks and PPE and food giveaways and things of that nature. So now, moving back into the grant making process, we're able to have these nonprofits come into this area that they might not even thought of before, and they can bring the after school programs and do back to school drives and all those things to benefit our community as well.
Community Bill Ventures guides us with what we do for the community and how it can be done. They help us to make sure that our community are treated fairly and equally with everything that goes on, as well as how they deal with other communities.
We're not only teaching organizations or facilitating that conversation, but through things like THRIVE Thomasville and the community-led grant-making process, we're also embodying what it means to decenter ourselves as people with privilege and give people what they need to do what they know how to do best, right? So we're not only talking it with organizations, but through projects like this, we're walking it and showing, hey, this is really how you shift power from what is typically a white supremacist thing, like philanthropy, to something that's community-led and community-run.
THRIVE Thomasville and my role in THRIVE Thomasville, I think, will shape the way that I do work in the community, well into the future.
To be a part of a program like this is to be a part of something that's different. To know that the work that I'm doing that's intrinsically tied to my moral compass makes a difference. That the people that I work with every day in community, the neighbors, the residents, that we build relationships that really make a difference over time. And I think that's what we're essentially trying to do, is build relationships to create better spaces for people to live.
I think the biggest takeaway from this initiative is Black voice matters. I think Black people, particularly in a neighborhood like this, think that, you know, they're there because they didn't make the right decisions or they don't know it. No, these are multi-generations that live and have built this neighborhood. And unfortunately, due to harmful policies and practices, this is the result. But the neighborhood knows what needs to happen. They know a lot of these policies and the aftermath of those policies. I think that's the thinking and the impact and what philanthropy needs to think about, like, oh my God, how much more can we achieve in this area if the residents were with us? Not even just with us, leading this. And how can we wield our own power to support them in that?